Your lost luggage for sale. Monday at 6.
A pound of regular ground beef has more than 90 grams of fat. Harvest Burgers for Recipes is fat-free. It's already browned, so you can use it wherever you'd use browned ground beef. And make all your favorite foods a whole lot lower in fat. Want the flavor without the fat? Get all vegetable Harvest Burgers for Recipes. New from Green Giant.
Bob and Judith Akers looked forward to the day they could retire to a little business by the sea.
No easy project to take on alone. Fortunately, a Dean Witter broker was there to help them chart the proper course.
Each individual's dream is unique. So too must be our solutions.
Now the Akers not only have a place they can call home, others can too.
Be back at 10.
We'll leave the light on. At Dean Witter,
We measure success, one investor at a time.
The event is a canoe kayak slalom race. We built an entire new river in the middle of wilderness. No water, no electricity. Xerox has produced these documents. The large format documents showed all the elements on it. We're all working on the computers, so when we come out here, all the plans come together on the wide format documents. When the water was released, it was awesome. The athletes are just ecstatic. They take the same site plan, get down to the river, and see how they're going to take that turn around that gate.
Xerox and the Olympic Games, a simpler way to do good work.
There's a race going on in this country, and the stakes are high. It's a race to save one of America's most precious resources, our topsoil, from a disaster that could ultimately threaten the survival of our civilization. In just 100 years of deep plowing, half the topsoil in much of our most productive farmland has been blown or washed away, severely threatening our ability to grow the food we need. Today's farmers are gearing up for the race by turning from deep plowing to an innovative practice that reduces soil erosion as much as 92%. It's called no-till, and compared to conventional plowing, it saves labor, time, and fuel while preserving water quality and helping protect the environment. By adopting such practices now, we can save our topsoil for countless generations to come. And thanks to the American farmer, we're gaining ground every day.
They are our mothers and daughters, sisters and wives. They are our friends and partners. But 1 out of every 9 will be stricken with breast cancer. That's why GE created its Senograph technology. It helps doctors detect tumors earlier, so a remarkable 91% cure rate is possible. So that all our grandmothers and granddaughters, best friends and good neighbors, may live happier, healthier, and longer lives.
They were really growing up fast. Too fast. All Kelly talked about was going to high school, and all I could think about was paying for college. Sure, I played around with a few mutual funds, but I was no expert. So I started talking to someone who could help, a broker at Dean Witter.
We must plan for our clients' future as if it were our own.
Funny, kids think their parents always have the right answers. I'm just making sure I do.
We measure success, one investor at a time.
Chemistry is the practice of magic. People think of Teflon, they think of frying pans. Teflon is not one thing. Teflon is a chain lube. This is something I've come up with for bicycles. You know, only DuPont makes Teflon. You can use it in satellites, on fabrics, or leather. When's the last time you heard about a leather raincoat? You can let your imagination run wild. It's not often that you get to make something new in this world.
Better things for better living.
DuPont. Every second of every day, there are 3 new mouths in this world to feed. Hundreds of millions more by the year 2000. And the majority of them will be born in countries where malnutrition is already reaching alarming proportions. Right now, the world has the food and the resources to conquer hunger. But it won't happen as long as we continue to look the other way. ADM, supermarket to the world.
Meet the Press is sponsored by GE. From plastics to financial services, we bring good things to life.
This is my amazing GE Profile Dishwasher. It's got this computerized brain, which makes it unbelievably smart.
Ah, there you are.
It knows how long to wash your dishes.
Ravioli again.
Because it analyzes how dirty the water is.
Child's play, really.
So it won't waste water, energy, or money while getting your dishes brilliantly clean.
All you need is a brain.
If you're so smart, how come you're doing the dishes?
I hate when she does that.
The GE Profile Dishwasher. It's got a mind of its own.
What are you looking at?
The day before our big trip, Frank announced we had to stay at hotel chains. Are you serious, Frank?
Absolutely not, Frank.
No way, Frank. We expected boring cookie-cutter hotels courtesy of Frank's new budget. But AT&T Sheraton was no ordinary hotel chain. But we decided not to tell Frank that.
It's grueling, Frank.
It's a tough job, Frank, but somebody's got to do it.
ITT Sheraton. Our world revolves around you.
Its roomy interior can accommodate 3,000 comfortably. It boasts advanced safety features, ergonomically designed control panels, and a superior ventilation system for cleaner air. Announcing Ford Motor Company's state-of-the-art assembly plants. All the enhancements we made for the people in here may be appreciated most by the people in here. Ford. Quality is job one.
When a couple from New Jersey had problems adopting a baby from Guatemala, AT&T Language Line Associates did all the interpreting. When the blizzard of '96 blanketed the Northeast, AT&T operators worked through without relief. And when an American traveling overseas found her calling card number had been stolen, an AT&T fraud protection specialist approved her call home on the spot. People stopping at nothing to make sure your world has no limits. That's your true choice, AT&T.
More of Meet the Press after this brief news and weather update.
Good morning. Investigators are trying to answer an important question. What went wrong aboard ValueJet Flight 592? The DC-9 with 109 people aboard crashed into Florida swampland Saturday afternoon. Authorities believe no one survived. The jet was scheduled to fly from Miami to Atlanta and turned back after reporting smoke in the cockpit. It vanished from radar screens 4 minutes later and went down in the Everglades. Investigators have returned to the area but are having trouble reaching the site. Snakes and alligators live in the swamp, and workers have to build a road from a nearby levee into the marsh. So far, few large pieces of wreckage have been spotted, and the cause of the crash remains unknown. The aftermath now of another air tragedy. From Boston to Los Angeles, residents are learning that neighbors are among the dead from a military helicopter collision in North Carolina. Investigators continued searching the swamp near Camp Lejeune, where 14 servicemen died Friday. The Defense Department says the aircraft were at an altitude of 300 feet when they collided. Pilots were wearing night vision goggles. In South Lebanon this morning, an ambush bomb attack on patrolling Israeli soldiers. 7 were wounded, 1 seriously. Israeli warplanes retaliated with raids on suspected Hezbollah guerrilla bases. The attacks are the most serious since the ceasefire, April 27th. And residents of the Midwest are bracing for devastating floods that could last well into the week. The Ohio River swelled, forcing people from their homes in Louisville, Kentucky. And even though the forecast calls for clear weather, the river won't crest until tomorrow. Storms overnight also interrupted power from the south to the northeast. And that's a look at our news on this Sunday morning. Now back to Tim Russert and NBC's Meet the Press.
Bill Sapphire and Tom Dewey after this station break.
This week on Today, how you can make a difference with your own health. The critical issues. What every woman needs to know. Join Dr. Art Uleem this week on Today.
The scent of a woman, flowers, wine, fish may reveal a lot about how your brain works. How? Wait till you find out. An amazing health watch, NBC Nightly News, Monday.
Tonight, you want to investigate me, roll the dice, and take your chances.
The blockbuster motion picture comes to NBC.
It doesn't matter what I believe. It only matters what I can prove.
Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson, Demi Moore, Kevin Bacon, Kiefer Sutherland, Kevin Pollak, and Noah Wyle.
You want answers! I want the truth!
You can't handle
Spill the truth. The network television premiere, A Few Good Men, NBC tonight at an early time, 8, 7 Central.
Runway Fashion. Own the designer styles without paying the expensive price. High fashion for less, just for you. Monday at 4.
Get more at 4 on 4.
Once there was workers' comp and group medical, and it was okay. Then Blue Cross created UniCARE Integrated, which combines both in one package, and it was much better because this streamlines the claims process by using one doctor network instead of two. Which saves companies time and money. And that's very, very good. UniCARE Integrated, Blue Cross of California. Who else?
Today in LA Weekend. This morning at 8.
It's never been done before. We looked at the Olympics as if it were a business.
We've analyzed every document and created a master inventory of every document that runs the games.
We've identified some groups that are essential to building this database, and we had to do it quick.
It takes over 2,000 publications to run the Olympics.
We put millions of documents, millions of images on optical disc. Now we have an archive, and we can share that with the next Olympic Games. We hope that we can hand off a true legacy.
Xerox and the Olympic Games, a simpler way to do good work. This GE compact fluorescent bulb gives you soft, warm light.
Take the ball, Jamie.
It's an energy-efficient bulb that lasts year after year.
Hit the ball, Jamie.
Up to 9,000 hours longer than an ordinary bulb.
Outside with the ball, Jamie.
So it won't need to be changed for about 7 years.
Hey, Jamie, how many grown-ups does it take to change a light bulb? Change a light bulb? Why would anybody need to change a light bulb?
The revolutionary GE compact fluorescent bulb.
That's right, my friend. Giant man-eating goldfish.
Sorry, darling, it looks like sushi again tonight.
My first objective is coal and electricity, the key to energy. Next, the cities. Cities mean buildings, and buildings mean bricks and cranes. Then roads and highways. To build them, I need asphalt, concrete, and aggregates. Finally, trash will answer to me, because I will own the plastic to make the garbage bags.
Sorry, old boy, the people I work for have beaten you to it.
What? The Secret Service?
At my age. Don't be silly.
Well, who then?
Why, Hanson, of course.
Oh, Hanson!
What do you suppose is eating him?